Today I'm going to give away a free t-shirt, reveal the books I bought this week, and somewhere on this episode is a mystery pop-up segment. Where will it be? It's a mystery. How y'all doing? I'm Victor, and for the last time in 2025, you are watching a Comic Hero show. Now kick that intro.
One, two, three, four.
Welcome to this week's edition of the Comic Hero Show. I'm your host, Victor Nutley, and I am the Comic Hero. Hope y'all like this t-shirt that I'm wearing. I'm going to touch base on this t-shirt later on, but for right now, it's time to give away a free t-shirt that I normally give away. Around last week's episode, I asked, before becoming an antagonist of Wolverine, which Marvel villain was originally an antagonist of Iron Fist? Well, the correct answer is Sabretooth. And 8 people have answered correctly, and because they've answered correctly, your name's been entered in a drawing for a free tee. And that drawing takes place right now. So the winner of the free tee for this episode of the show is Booger McFarland from West Monroe, Louisiana. So congratulations, Booger. You have a free Comic Hero tee. And I'm quite sure he's not mistaken for the legendary Winsboro Tiger / LSU Tigers / Indianapolis Colt. At least I hope. If he was, that'd be awesome. Kind of hope so. All right. Oh, but if you are, please let me know. All right. Here's the question for next week's episode, and this is both a Justice League and a Nightwing question. Which founding member of the Justice League helped Dick Grayson come up with the codename Nightwing? Was it A, Wonder Woman, B, Superman, or C, Aquaman? All right, here's some hints to help. The first hint is that this character made his first appearance in Action Comics #1 in 1938 and was created by Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster. Honestly, I don't think I shouldn't give any more hints because a lot of folks know that, but I'm going to go even further. All right, the second hint, this character has been played on a small screen by George Reeves, John Haynes Newton, Gerard Christopher, Tom Welling, and Tyler Hoechlin. And then the third and final hint, this character was played on the big screen by Christopher Reeve, Brandon Routh, Henry Cavill, and David Corenswet. Everyone who answers correctly will be entered in a drawing for a free tee on next week's episode of the show. Hey everyone. Now as I'm doing this mystery pop-up segment, it's Tuesday, December 23rd. Now what's the whole significance behind this date? Well, 28 years ago, I began my comic book journey. And let me tell you, this hobby is one of the best decisions that I've ever made in my life. And it's a decision that I have no regrets over. Now I like to tell this story about how I took up this hobby. Now, growing up, I would read comics mainly for the artwork. I also didn't take care of them. But then one day, and this happened a few days before I took up the hobby, my parents, sister, and I were doing some Christmas shopping in both Ruston, Louisiana, and Arcadia, Louisiana. And after we got done, we went to the Brookshire's in Arcadia, and we went there to buy groceries. And while I was out there, I was in the magazine aisle, and I happened to see this issue of Superman. By the way, this was back when grocery stores and gas stations sold comics. I happened to see this issue of Superman, and it was back when he had those crazy electromagnetic powers. And I was very curious back then, and in some instances I still am. And I decided, okay, this is different. I'm going to give this a shot, but I don't have the money for it, but next chance I get, I'm going for it. So fast forward a few days later, my dad takes my sister and me to Pierre Bossier Mall to do some last minute Christmas shopping for my mom. Now, by the way, Pierre Bossier Mall is located in Bossier City, Louisiana, for those of y'all who are unfamiliar with me. We got done with the Christmas shopping. We picked out everything that we wanted to buy my mom. And we still had a little more time left before the mall began to close. So my dad just let my sister and me buy whatever we wanted with the money we had left. So I go into Walden Books and I'm thumbing through some books trying to find that same issue that I saw at Brookshire's a few days earlier. I couldn't find it, but I did find this one shot by DC called Superman Red, Superman Blue. And I said, this is it. This is the start. And the rest, as they say, is history. Now, it was also kind of a very heartfelt night because little did I know, 5 months later, my dad passed away. And that was one of the last few great memories I had with him. And often I think about what he would have thought with me taking up this hobby and for doing it for as long as I've done it and then doing this. I think he would be proud. I think he would support me. In fact, I know he would be proud and would support me. All right, this is a Journey anniversary comic hero tee, and I'm going to do this every year on this date. And if you would like one, you can find them on IamTheComicHero.com/shop for $15. All right, since Superman was the first book I ever took up, it would be a no-brainer to feature some books that with Superman in them or Superman-related books. And some of these I took out from a previous visit to Excalibur Comics, and then some that I bought when I went to Circle K, both the Minden location and then the location in Bossier City. Now I love what they're doing. What Circle K is doing, they're selling some old DC books, which I think is great. So if you live near a Circle K, go buy one. You won't be disappointed. But I'm about to reveal those books right now, so here we go. First up is Batman Superman World's Finest, number 46. Oh, really went back on this one. Superman number 1 from 1987. Superman 78, number 1. Oh, for those of y'all that are unfamiliar, this has to do with the movie. This is kind of a cutting room floor miniseries that took place after the first Superman movie that came out back in 1978. Superman Birthright, number 1. Superman the Kryptonite Spectrum, number 5. Superman Lois and Clark, number 1. And finally, Superman Unlimited, number 8. All right, with those 7, that brings the total number of comics that I've bought since December of 1997 to 14,265. All right, I hope y'all enjoyed the Mystery Pop-Up segment you just watched. And due to the length of it, I'm not going to feature a Throwdown Showdown segment or an Any Question segment. I'm going to table those for future episodes, preferably next week, the first episode of 2026. So with all that being said, let's get to the comics I bought this week. Comic books I bought this week. All right, here we go. First up is Absolute Superman number 14. Absolute Wonder Woman number 15. The Amazing Spider-Man number 18. Cloak or Dagger number 3. DCKO Red Hood versus the Joker. Detective Comics number 1104. Expatriate X-Men number 3. The Flash number 28. Gotcha Man number 15. Green Arrow number 31. Green Lantern number 30. Justice League Red number 5. Justice League Unlimited number 14. Superman number 33. Thundercats number 22. Trinity, Daughter of Wonder Woman number 6. Undeadpool number 3. And finally, X-Vengers number 3. All right, that's 18, which brings the total number of comics that I bought since December of 1997 to 14,283. All right, well, I hope y'all enjoyed this final episode of 2025, and here's a question for a free tee for the first episode of 2026. Which founding member of the Justice League helped Dick Grayson come up with the code name Nightwing? Was it A, Wonder Woman, B, Superman, or C, Aquaman? All right, here's some hints to help. The first hint is that this character made their first appearance in Action Comics number 1 in 1938 and was created by Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster. The second hint, this character has been played on the small screen by George Reeves, John Haynes Newton, Gerard Christopher, Tom Welling, and Tyler Hoechlin. And then the third hint, this character was played on the big screen by, Kirk Allen, Christopher Reeve, Brandon Rouse, Henry Cavill, and David Cornsweet. Everyone who answers correctly will be entered in a drawing for a free tee on next week's episode of the show. And congratulations to Booger McFarland from West Monroe, Louisiana, who won a free tee on this episode. All right, now this shirt that I'm wearing right here, this is a brand new product that is currently on my website, which is IamTheComicHero.com. It's in the shop section. I'm calling this the Student of the Hobby Comic Hero tee, and it comes in two different colors. It comes in sport gray and dark heather, and you can either find them in you can either find a long sleeve t-shirt, you can find them in a short sleeve t-shirt, and coming soon, I'm going to have Student of the Hobby Comic Hero sweatshirts and Student of the Hobby Comic Hero hoodies. So look out for those. And for everyone on social media, especially on Facebook, I'll post a link to it, and all you have to do is buy them. Oh, by the way, the shirts are all right, the long sleeve shirts are $15. The short sleeve shirts are $12. And as soon as I make the sweat shirts and the hoodies, I'll let y'all know what the prices are to those. All right, really enjoyed this year. This has been a great year. Ended up being a vendor at GeekCon. I was a guest at the second annual Louisiana Delta Comic Con. Took part in my first actual panel. I'm only anticipating what's going to happen in 2026, and I hope, and also I just hope that y'all have great years. Now listen, I just want to go ahead and say this because I feel like I have to, but life is full of peaks and valleys, and there's gonna be valleys. In other words, there's gonna be a lot of adversity, a lot of unfortunate things happen. But just remember, they may happen, but it only matters how you face them. You can either face them one or two ways. You can face them negatively, or you can face them positively. Go for the latter. Please, sir. Please, ma'am. All right, here's the roadhead for the show. On next week's episode, it's the first episode of 2026, and I'm going to wear a Comic Hero tee in observance of that, and it's going to be in honor of the city of New Orleans, and it's also going to be in loving memory of those people whose lives were taken in that terrorist attack on New Year's Day. And then on episode 549, I'm going to raise awareness of birth defects. All right, if you're watching this for the first time on YouTube, welcome. And as soon as you're done, hit subscribe. Oh, and share. And if you're watching this for the first time on the Comic Book Lovers Facebook page, welcome. And as soon as you're done, go on YouTube, hit subscribe, and also share. And then on episode 5, and then if you're watching this on the Louisiana Delta Content Creators Facebook page, welcome. And as soon as you're done, share, go on YouTube, and hit subscribe. All right, I'm Victor Nolly on a Comic Hero. I'll see you next year for episode 548, the first episode of 2026. So until then, for the last time in 2025, be safe, be blessed, be a hero.